You're the only one who can get the job done. Greetings, this is a Chosen One message. So that is lyrics from the song Believe Me by Lil Wayne and Drake. I channeled a lot while I was writing today, so made notes of it. But yeah, in that song, he says, I'm the only one who can get the job done. I don't know a single person that could cover for me. Later on in the song, he says, I'm the one they come to see because they all believe me. So someone here didn't believe you in the past, but now they do. They only believe you though, because now that your energy is gone from a situation, it's not sustainable. It's not working how it used to. The facade, the veneer, is starting to collapse. Till I collapse, I'm still in these raps. Okay, so I'm hearing that song Till I Collapse by Eminem, maybe something further on in that song. But for real, I was seeing like a fancy neighborhood where some of the houses inside are just totally empty because someone, they wanted to buy the status symbol of this big house, but they couldn't afford to actually like fill it out. And maybe they don't even have the AC or the heat on. It's like very uncomfortable. It's not sustainable. And then I was seeing another home where inside it there's like leaks, cracks, things are always out of sync. Like things can always be like maybe door frames or garage or different parts of the house are just like not lining up, like windows. I don't know. There's just things that aren't quite lining up. Things are just out of sync. And someone here is so frustrated because they were really trying to hold this facade, hold the status of something. And it's like you have just been steadily one foot in front of another, one day at a time. And with that, it's chop wood, carry water, chop wood, carry water. You've had faith, you've been faithful. And whenever we look in the Bible, a lot of the biggest blessings, actually all of the biggest blessings in the Bible, only went to people who spent years and even decades in poverty, being humiliated, being treated as slaves, and then God catapults them into royalty, which we all know how bow and arrow system works. The further you pull something back, the further ahead it goes. So the more people try and pull you back, they're actually doing God's work. So don't get upset at the haters. Don't get upset if you're being canceled, anything like that. Just go, yes, thank you, dear Lord. Honestly, praise the Lord, because, and God is happy about it. God's like, my plan is going exactly as planned, because the more that those people go against my chosen one, the more that the arrow pulls back so I can get them to where they need to be. Because you may have an idea of where you're going to go, but where you're actually going to end up, I'm seeing is like light year. I'm hearing to infinity and beyond. It's going to be light years beyond what you imagined. However, what's funny here, chosen one, is the people around you are seeing. So there's something like you don't even see the caliber, the tax bracket that you're being launched into, but everyone around you sees. I'm hearing nobody knows it, or everybody knows it but me. I was also hearing this goes to a different time. Okay, so Isaiah 45:7, God says, I form the light and the darkness. I make peace and I create evil. I, the Lord, do all of these things. So the sun needs the moon. Someone here was a sun and they saw you as a moon. They're like, ooh, that's shadowy, that's too emotional, that's scary. I can't touch that. I need to hang out with fellow suns. And they're wondering why things aren't working, things are out of balance, things are off kilter. Later on in the song, Believe Me, he's like, drop dead gorgeous, but she's not a ride or die. Where are the real queens at? Yeah, well, if you're constantly surrounded by sun and a sun, it's incomplete. Without you, all I'm going to be is incomplete. Now, this isn't just a love situation, chosen ones. This is also for work situations. People could have been like, you don't fit our company look. You don't fit this and that. But you're the only one who could get the job done. So that's hilarious. Like, you don't fit the look, but the look that they have isn't working. It's not working with the kids, with the horses, with whatever you do. It's not working. You are the one that they needed to get the job done, but they couldn't appreciate you until you were totally gone from the situation. And now that something is totally collapsing, fancy neighborhood, it's like the inside's collapsing. It's not sustainable. One thing is breaking down after another. They're like, I'm hearing God is chuckling while these people are just like it's grinding their gears. Also something about grinding gears. I was also hearing walk it like I talk it. That's a rap. That's a rap isn't in that song, but I was hearing walk it like I talk it. That's a rap. So you actually walk it like you talk it. Meanwhile, these other people just talk it. But when you go inside the home and you go inside the business, you see it's all corruption. It's all imploding on itself. It's all collapsing till I collapse. I'm spilling these raps. I'm hearing Eminem. So I was also hearing later in that song, his and hers Ferrari. So someone here could be into Ferraris or fast sports cars. They could want to get you one. They need their girl to be in a sports car too. They're not one of those guys who's like, only I drive the sports car. She can have a minivan. Like, no, this is not that type. Also, it's not the vehicle, it's the driver, okay? Just like Isaiah says, he forms the light in the darkness, he makes peace and he makes evil, but there are consequences for actions. So, for every action, an equal opposite reaction. When you give lightness, when you give peace, you create more of that. And when someone is brooding darkness and is being evil, they get more of that. So it's funny because someone here tried to point you out like you are being evil and dark. It's like, why do they wonder why you keep getting blessed after they keep trying to send, negative things your way? And it's like, do you not realize that you're being evil and dark by wishing negatively on someone just because you don't understand them? Like if the sun is judging the moon because the moon's not like the sun's in the wrong because the sun is the one of judgment, which the Bible says not to do. Christ doesn't judge. So there's an energy here where people ostracized you, wanted you to be alone, isolated, feel apart. This is, for family situations, work situations, romance situations. You can feel like you're being rejected. You have no friends. You feel like, your family isn't close to you. They don't care. And it's funny because they could point the finger and be like, why don't you do? And it's like, wait, so it's a two-way street, right? So while I was going through all my darkest stuff and you weren't emotionally there, you weren't supportive in any way, shape, or form, that's okay. But the moment I actually heal myself and get going on my path and being compassionate, but have compassionate boundaries, now I'm the evil one? Like, what? Make it make sense. But again, remember, it's that bow and arrow. God is having these people be so resistant because it's going to catapult you to where he wants you to go, which is light years to infinity and beyond from what you could have ever imagined in your wildest dreams. So again, it's not the vehicle, it's the driver, okay? Someone can drive a car, a drunk driver can get in a car and ruin a lot of lives, whereas paramedics can get in a car and save a lot of lives. So cards are not evil. Crystals are not evil. By the way, crystals are all in the Bible. Literally, lapis lazuli, calcite, tiger's eye. The Bible is full of all the crystals, and God made everything. So it's really hilarious when people try and demonize objective things and don't realize, the car is not a bad thing. The car is a vehicle, and you can either use it for drunk driving and ruining lives, or you can use it as a paramedic and you can bring healing to the people. And it's funny because it's like you're being the paramedic, they're the one being the drunk driver trying to knock you off the road, and then they get upset when things happen in their life when they were trying to knock you off the road. What? What? Remember, God made peace and he made evil. He made light and he made dark. And you get what you put in. So if you're wondering, why am I getting all this darkness? Why am I getting evil things happening? Where are there shadow aspects of evilness, darkness, greed? When have you reported someone's page? Every time you do things like that, God, there's a tally. And yes, there's forgiveness, but we live in a balanced universe. And even though the chosen ones, the ones who really are patient and stick through, usually don't get their blessings for decades, when they do, they're unbreakable, unshakable. You can't touch this. That's Cash-ish by Meg Thee Stallion. So that song is coming through. I was also hearing running through the six with my woes. You know how that ish go? So someone here could be running through the six with their woes. That's Drake. Also 2009 to 2012 was a heavy period. So someone who knew you during that time period could be coming back around, wants to spin the block. Someone wants to be, I'll be your Superman. I'm here to rescue you. I was hearing that song by Eminem. I know you want me, baby. So someone here is really lusty in their lower chakras. And you're like, I'm a sapiosexual. I need mental stimulation. I need emotional connection. This is not doing it for me. So someone here has you all the way effed up and really just doesn't understand. I was also smelling and tasting raviolis, and I've never been a ravioli girl, so I don't know, someone here could like raviolis or pasta, things like that. I was also hearing Dr. Stork, so someone here could be adopting, or storks, quite literally bring a bag of a baby on your doorstep. And I was actually channeled a bag of puppies in the last collective message. So yeah, someone here is definitely getting a gift of a child or a pet. Congratulations, 444. There's more peace, harmony, and stability coming into your life. I was also hearing inner bloom, golden bloom, blooming, Bloomberg, bloomers, a chip off the old block, or a chip off the iceberg, deliverance. A pair is going to be like Timon and Pumbaa, so they're unscrupulous, they're total opposites, just like the sun and the moon, and that's what makes it complete. So someone here is going to be coming through to offer something. Something is going to be slowly, step by step, then all at once. Delayed, but not denied. Bless you.